Well, folks, Roger Waters is at it again. He's released another track from his Dark Side of the Moon Redux album, and this time it's Time, which is my favorite track from Pink Floyd. Once upon a time, I think I considered it my favorite song ever, and it's a really special song to me because it's also the first Pink Floyd song I ever heard. I checked back in my video, and I don't think I told this story about how I was introduced to Pink Floyd and just kind of good music in general. But back in middle school, I kind of only listened to whatever my dad had. So it was, Dave Matthews Band, whatever he was buying that was popular on the rock radio at the time. Creed was my favorite band actually at one point in middle school, just because I didn't have a lot of access to a lot of other music. But I was on a bus. I was in 8th grade, I think. I think it was 8th grade. I was on a bus to a school function really early one morning. And this is back when every kid carried around like a big CD player and headphones. And so a bunch of us were on the bus, like just, sitting there. It was early. We were all tired, listening to music with headphones. Kid sitting next to me, I think his name was Jonathan. I just, on a whim, I was like, "Hey, dude, what are you listening to?" And he said, "Pink Floyd." And I said, "I don't know who that is." And they said, "Oh, go here, listen to this." He gave me his headphones, and it was Time off of Dark Side of the Moon that he was on right then. And I remember my thought process as I was listening to it. It blew my mind completely. I'd never heard a song like it, but I was just taken aback by how it was like a long stretch of instrumental, and then a verse, and then another long instrumental, the guitar solo, then another verse, then another instrumental, and then one final verse, which was the reprise of Breathe, which I didn't know at the time. But I just listened to it and like my brain just like expanded. It was like literally a life-changing experience for me because, from there I bought the album, I started listening to more Pink Floyd, I started branching out to better music and kind of became a big fan of prog from there. And now leading up to me freshly off of seeing Between the Buried and Me for the first time. Very, very fun concert. Yeah, I said all that to say this. Time is a very, very special song to me. And I'm really nervous as to how this version is from Roger here. I know he said that he wanted to kind of strip out kind of the instrumental kind of stuff. And the instrumental part is a lot of what makes this song for me. Granted, yes, the lyrics are great. The themes of just running out of time and just wasting your life away kind of thing and not kind of realizing your purpose. Masterful stuff. I love this song so much. Which is why I'm nervous to potentially have it ruined for me today. I kind of want to also just real quick talk about, in the last video, I saw a lot of takes with the money thing saying, Dark Side of the Moon is ruined. How could he do this? It's ruined forever. And I'm like, no, that's overreacting. Yes, it's clickbait. It gets clicks, all that kind of stuff. But it's also at the same time, Roger Waters isn't coming to your house saying like, "Oh, hey, bugger, you can only listen to this version from now on." I think that was mixed. My accents are horrible. He's not coming there telling you can only listen to this version from now on. We will still have the original Dark Side of the Moon for forever. So what did I do after listening to the not good version of Money? The next day on my way to work, I listened to Dark Side of the Moon, the original, and I loved it, and I had a great drive to work. So I'm not a fan of the whole "this is ruin." He just made a bad version of the song. So I think I was nicer to it than most, and I am I'm actually kind of hoping that I hate this one a whole heck of a lot because of how important the song is to me. But hey, only time will tell. I'm so funny. But I'm going to scooch over here to get into position because there is a lyric video to this, kind of like Money. I was not able to monetize Money, funnily enough, copyright claim and all that. So, hey, if you're watching this and you want a way to help out the channel in case I can't monetize this for whatever reason, Roger, copyright claiming stuff, do me a solid, click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, all the things, all of those things help me out a ton. And yeah, that's about all. I have a Discord server. Apparently the links expire, so I'm going to do my best to keep a link down there in the description of this video. But hey, just go follow me on other social medias, Twitter, X, I'm gonna still call it Twitter, and Twitch. I'm at Hey Tallman at both places. Those are the best ways to find me. And yeah, let's listen to the new 2023 version of Time, starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. It's still so. Voice had been there all along. Oh, he's back again with this. with a spoken word kind of thing.
Hidden in the stones in the rivers.
Back down.
Hidden in all the books.
Okay, so I was wondering how this section was gonna go. Bum.
Hidden in plain sight.
So at least they're still doing the same thing musically here. With the, I don't know if it's in the same key. I believe the original was in E and it was going from E to F sharp. It still sounds like the same kind of interval. Though I gotta say, I missed like the incredible drum work on the original here. Also, what blew my mind was the clocks going in the original. All of the alarm bells and all that kind of stuff. I gotta say, this is a little calming. It's a completely different vibe from the original. Ba-dum-bum. The 1 flat 2 2.
Taking away the moments that make up a dull day. You fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way.
God, I gotta say, I miss David Gilmour so much on this.
Kicking around.
That verse coming in on the original was so fucking powerful. And this is just kind of like
Waiting for some
old man sitting back, leaning back on a chair on his porch, whittling a stick is how I feel about this.
butterfly in the sunshine. Staying home to watch the rain.
I can't tell if this is Roger harmonizing with Roger here.
Life is long.
But on the original, we had Richard Wright harmonizing with David Gilmour. I'm horrified as to how the guitar solo is going to go for this one, though.
No one told you when to run.
I'm so scared.
The starting gun.
There's just nothing. I'm trying to hear if the organ is kind of playing what the guitar played. But man, like this solo, once again, the solo helps to make the song. Like, this is devoid of everything that I love. I mean, the message is still the same. The message is still great. Wasting your life away and don't do that. All kinds of stuff. But just, this is just empty to me. I feel it so much more in this than I did with Money. Because at least Money, you know, I still at least mentally could picture like a seedy lounge, casino kind of thing, smoke filling the air as he's like, money, get away, you know, all that kind of stuff. This, I'm just like, why? Once again, in this part with like the ooh, like the voices, the choir coming in, like it's so beautiful, and all that's taken out. This is my fears made real here. What everyone said this was gonna end up being, this is how I feel about this one.
To catch up with the sun, but it's sinking.
Also, once again, just like the Money one, I find as I'm like later into the song, I'm just kind of bored sitting here twiddling my thumbs, just like, I feel like there's not much else to say because it's not surprising me anymore at this point.
One day closer to death.
To death. Roger Waters could do some death metal here if he just gets right up into the microphone. It just kind of does the thing he's been doing. It's like he could do Tom Waits death metal. Now, speaking of Between the Buried and Me, I just want to hear Roger Waters going, white walls.
The time is gone. The song is over.
Is the song over though?
Something
No, we still have the other instrumental part. And presumably the Breathe reprise as well. This little section I'm slightly more okay with just because Breathe was like it was like the denouement, the falling action of the song, basically. To kind of get us back into to kind of get us into the mood for Great Gig in the Sky after the bombastic epicness that was Time. So I'm a little more okay with this section being like the laid back. But yeah, as the song is ending, like I said, this was all my fears about this project made real. They stripped out everything that made this song great. The wonderful vocals from David Gilmour, the wonderful solo and the accompaniment of like the choir coming in the back little bit of the solo, the incredible Tom's drum work from Nick Mason. And I don't feel bad about talking over the last bit of it, because I'm honestly probably not even going to include much of it in the video so as to help keep me able to monetize this damn thing. There's still a little bit of time left, 10 seconds or so. I hear there's a bell. So I wonder if this is going to lead right into Great Gig in the Sky. A little taste of what's to come, perhaps. But that was not great. Like I said, I felt so much more that this was devoid of soul than the Money one, even. Because the Money, like I said, the theme of that one is, capitalism, money, greed, sucks the soul out of everything. It's meant to be a parody, basically. The original song was. It was like their most upbeat, like peppy song, but it was like, about how rich people suck, basically. Whereas this one, it's like, all the music is what helped make that one and drive that point home about the song. Whereas here, the song is, like I said, I just imagined like an old man sitting on his porch, just whittling a stick. And, what else is there to, kind of go counter to the theme of the song that, you shouldn't waste your life away. Granted, when you're older, it's the simple pleasures and all that kind of stuff. You can get away with doing that kind of stuff. And, that might be a valid use of your time. But, it really, if anything, I feel like I wasted my time listening to this one. I hope at least my commentary was interesting, that I was able to provide something of substance to the conversation. And I hope that you watching this video was not a waste of your time. But hey, you watching the video means it was a good use of my time, because, hey, YouTuber things, I guess. But hey, I would like to thank you for watching this anyway. I was not a fan of this. I felt like I defended the Money one. It might have been a bit of a hot take. That I was like, it's fine. I won't ever listen to it again, but it's fine. This, I was like, this is, it didn't immediately make me like cringe, but I was just like, oh no, I'm so bored listening to what used to be my favorite song of all time. I still probably would rank it in my top 5 favorite songs. It's just a song that's super important to me, like I said, but it's just like, he's made it into a nothing of a song, basically, and it's so tragic. This is probably the last video of the Dark Side of the Moon Redux I'm gonna do. I feel like it's probably not a good use of my time to do much else. I'll probably listen to the whole thing when it releases, but probably don't expect any more content on this. But hey, like I said before, thank you for watching this anyway. Hey, do all the YouTube things, leave a comment below, let me know what you thought of this arrangement, of this version of the song. If you agree with my takes, if you disagree, let me know. I want to hear it. And yeah, that's all I got to say for this one. So until next time, I'll catch you with something else. Take it easy, everybody.